we're evolving past the small digits, and we're going to go to the next one. And what we're going to be working with is what's called an outer wrist turn or an outer wrist lock today. Today we're going to cover fundamentals, which means we're going to cover basic wrist structure and how to manipulate it. And then next week we're going to go into some more advanced ways and applications of what we're doing. So from this joint lock, what I'd be doing is I'd be reaching inside here in his thumb, and then I would be turning it out. So let's turn this around. You put your sleeve, roll your sleeves up. Good. All right. So I'm going to have you stand a little bit of an angle so they can see how I'm entering in. Because G normally stands there with his thumb sticking out like that. So relax, man, relax. Okay? So one of the things I always tell our guys is to not give us the skills. We have to find them. So one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to focus in on working my way down the hand to the hand. I do not want to directly try to grab the hand because it's most likely it'll bounce slightly away from me and I'll end up with the fingers. So I start above the hand, just above the wrist. Let's hold it there for a second. Above it, and then work my way down. I'm going to get close here so you guys can see this. I know my head's probably going to go out of the frame. So when I grab, my pinky is kind of touching just above there, and as I go in, I grab it. Now, the 3 fingers are wrapping around this thumb pad here and digging in. I know some people will hold the fingers flat. This is very easy to escape from. Once I dig those in, pull your hand out, Jay. It's very challenging for him to get out, okay? It has a tight seal all the way around my hand, and of course my thumb is across the back of the hand, pointed at the pinky knuckle. It does not have to touch it, but it does have to be across the back of the hand. This is my base. This is my lever. Now, I'm going to back up here so I can see me again. Now, when I do the outer wrist lock, I do not want to open the hand. This will work. What I want to do is I want to fold the wrist so I have a bend of the elbow and I have a 90-degree bend of the wrist. This goes beyond working. This is extremely painful. So from here, I would grab in, always have this other hand ready, striking, whatever it may be, blocking. I'm going to turn this like I would be turning a doorknob. It is not a big old wide swooping thing here because that's just a whole lot of extra time when I could just turn the doorknob. It's like trying to grab the doorknob and move it all around the door before you push the door open. That would just be weird. So you grab the doorknob and you go. So I grab the doorknob and I go. Now what's going to happen here is as I manipulate my weight into his wrist, his structure will start breaking in order to follow the pain. Okay? So the idea is if I do this, there's no structure break. Okay? Unless I'm going to pull him, but that's just a whole lot of time that if we're in this range here and this guy is, and he's striking, I just want to turn the doorknob. Okay? Once I'm here and I walk through and put my hip behind it, it's either it's separating or he's throwing himself to get out of it. So in smooth fashion, I would grab and then I would torque through it. Okay? When I'm finished, I can just lower it to the floor and secure him. Okay? There are a lot of things I can do. I could just turn him over here. Okay? Keep him in a joint lock here on the top side. Or I could stand him up and walk him out. He is not even thinking about trying to do anything to me, okay? Now, the funny thing was, I maintained the outer wrist lock the entire time. Thank you, G. G's a great partner here. And for anybody who just Jaheim Keller, awesome student, great. This guy's going to be the next master in the future, okay? So, real quick. Again, entering, grabbing the thumb pad, turn the doorknob. The wider this circle is, the more counter techniques he has to do. We're going to do a series way later on about countering how to beat these joint locks. And once you see the other side of it, you realize that you really have to close a lot of the windows off so that there's no escape room. So the smaller this circle is and the tighter this bend is, the more pain and structure break that I get behind it. Once I press down on it here, I'm still maintaining the pressure, correct, G?
Yes.
All I have to do is watch G's face. I'm maintaining this pressure. If I just take him down to the ground, here, if he rolls at me, it doesn't matter which way he goes, I still have this pressure. Okay? I continue the pressure all the way through. Okay? This is still the outer wrist lock. If you look, don't move. This is the exact same position that we started with. And this is where a lot of people, thanks, Jim. This is where a lot of people lose this joint lock. I don't need to change it. Dojin Jihan J taught me that if I do that correctly, that's all I need. Because I can maintain it all the way through, standing, upward, groundwork, whatever it is, I can maintain that joint lock. So, again, let's work on some core principles. 3 fingertips digging in, thumb across the back of the hand. We're going to work on the 90-degree bend here and the bend here. And then I just turn that doorknob. So, gee, let me know if we have any friends on there. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Again, this is joint manipulation part 3. And we're starting the wrist joints now for the outer wrist lock.